All right, thank you to the members for supporting this channel. Special shout out to DJ, Junjun Kim, Sehan, Esteri, Shi, and Navi.
또 마스터즈 토론토를 가게 됐는데 마스터 준비는 좀 어떻게 돼가고 있는지 좀 궁금해요.
I mean, it was a bit weird because we had to play EWC with Mindfreak because Pat had to do his visa for Toronto. He's still in Philippines. We qualified with EWC, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I think the players have enough individual practice, but we don't have enough team practice. So when we go to Toronto, the first goal is to make sure we fight jet lag, you know, because we only have 4 days, so it's actually very hard. When we go to North America, it's the
opposite side.
Yeah, that's why I told you, right, like I'm trying to stay awake till like 7-8 a.m. every day. So the whole team is doing that. Yeah, so we're all trying to stay awake so that we sleep late, so that when we go there, we don't have to do so much, you know. The scrims have been going well, yeah, which is quite nice.
Still scrimming with Mindfreak, or is Patman playing from?
Batman's playing from,
Okay.
but we both,
Yeah,
you know, just to make sure that in case anything happens. But yeah, it's been okay.
빡세네. 자, 이렇게 해서 시간이 좀 지나서 첫 상대가 정해졌어요. 헤리틱스예요. 그 팀에 대해서 좀 평가를 해준다면.
I think we're gonna win.
오. 2-0?
Hopefully.
2-0. Okay.
Yeah, I think we have a good chance. I think if we play the same, but the real problem is like we're not we don't use Teo, right? So we don't have that much to change.
Yeah.
But they have more to change because they use a little bit of Teo. So that means we have to see, you know, like we don't know what they're doing, and we have to change a little bit as well. So that is the real problem. But I think like player for player, I think it's even match. You know, it's like gonna be 50-50 or 55 to us.
그럼에도 불구하고 태우는 너프된 게 좋지 않냐라는 질문 좀 드리고 싶네요.
I think they overdid it.
They overdid.
Yeah, I think they should have refreshed. It still should refresh, but they should refresh one missile at a time so that you don't use. So if you use both, it takes 1 minute 30 seconds to get 2 back.
Yeah.
I think that's all they needed to do.
근데 태오를 안 쓰는 팀의 감독이 이 정도로 얘기할 정도면 진짜 어느 정도 너무 많이 심하게 너프됐다는 얘기를 해주는 것 같고, 자 이거는 또 뭐 다른 얘기예요. 헤리틱스는 저희는 뭐 TPRX가 이긴다고 했으니까 기대를 하고 있고, 그러면 결국엔 네 팀만이 올라간단 말이에요. 스위스 스테이지에서 누가 올라갈 것 같은지.
I think send us
Paper X, Sentinel.
Genji, and the last one I'm gonna say MMBR. Because Heretics out.
Really?
I think so.
알겠습니다. 마스터즈 준비를 열심히 하고 있는데 마스터즈에 진출한 팀들의 티어 리스트들을 많이 하는데 PRX도 그런 거 보는지 한번 궁금해요.
I try not to.
Oh, you try not.
Because it's usually not good news, you know. Like either they say like you're God, and then you think you're good, and then you're not, or they're scolding you. So it's like it's never good, you know. But then I try not to. Indonesia bans Reddit, so the Indonesian players in my team don't look at Reddit. Yeah, I think my boys don't look at Reddit at all. They look at YouTube. You know. There's this one situation where Dawai flashed himself. He said he's looking at TikTok, right?
With the Vice.
Yeah, he's looking at TikTok, and then he comes up, and he goes like, oh.
Oh my
you have to look away. It's like, oh my god, I cannot watch.
Oh, okay. So like you guys all try not to.
Yeah, we try not to look at it.
지나간 얘기지만 그럼 다바이 얘기 나왔는데 그때 괜찮았어요? 알렉스 코치랑 다바이?
I did this twice.
두 번이나 했대요 이거를.
다바이는 그 경기 끝나고 괜찮았는지 좀 진짜 걱정됐어.
How was the vibe?
He just been like, you know, I was looking at his camera. I was just like, oh my god, what did I do?
What did he say after?
We just laugh at him.
Oh, we just laugh.
We just look at him like, hey, you flashing yourself? Why? I don't know.
누구나 다 그런 듯한 계획은 있죠 원래 항상.
Yeah, everybody has plans.
I know, right?
자 어쨌든 그렇게 됐는데, 아니 왜냐면 티어리스트 물어본 게 좀 궁금했어요. 알렉스 감독이 뭐 본인 팀을 넣는 건 좀 약간 부담스러우면 빼도 되는데 S티어, A티어 정도에 있는 한 탑 4를 거론다면 누가 될지 좀 궁금해가지고 저는.
G2, I think Fnatic will be there. Then Genji, and the last one, I think will be someone surprising. I think it'll be someone from Swiss.
No.
But I think these three. Not that I don't think RRQ is good, but I think one is they use Teo the most. And two, like their playstyle is very good for Teo.
Yeah.
You know, like the way Jemkin plays, he's very good at killing people that come out of playstyles.
Yeah.
You know, so because the Teo can flush the guy out, it's easy for him. You know, and now they have to. And the other problem is Crazy Guy and Kush, their best agent, both Sova, so they have to share. So someone is going to play worse. You know what I mean? So I think the fourth one will come from Swiss, and that will be the top 4.
현장에서 또 분위기도 달라지는 거니까.
맞아요.
예, 뭐 그런 변화는 항상 있죠. 당연히 마스터즈는 PRX가 우승까지 목표를 두고 있겠지만 쉽진 않은 게 꼭 탑 4까지 들기를 바란다고 좀 전해주면 좋을 것 같습니다.
Yeah, me too. That's the goal. Top 4.
예. 자, 이어서 뭐 마스터즈 얘기는 이 정도면은 뭐 될 것 같고, 또 이제 알렉스 감독하면은 빼놓을 수 없는 게 뭐 샷건 메타를 얘기 안 할 수 없어. 타임아웃 때마다 이제 화내는 모습들인데 주로 뭐 때문에 그렇게 화를 내는 건지, 그리고 많은 팬들이 이제는 저게 중에 WWE다 아니다 UFC다 그러니까 가짜도 있는지 한번 궁금해요 이런 것들이. 예.
Straight up real.
Real?
Yeah, it's really, really angry. But then like it's very small things that annoy me. You know, it's like things that they know that they shouldn't be doing because we practice very hard on like. I mean, I can tell you why. It's like the way we practice, we try to make sure that with the same information, everyone comes to the same conclusion. That's why you can do it really fast. You know, that's why we can act fast. It's because this guy says something, and all of our other players know exactly what to do when this guy says it, and we do it immediately. You know. So when they don't do that, it's because they're panicking, you know, and that usually annoys me. And then they do like really things that they shouldn't do. Like for me, a mistake is not over peaking, you know. For me, a mistake is like when they don't peak together, or they play angles that they know that is not good, you know. And we say don't play here, you have to play here, and they go there, you know. Then I get really upset because we lose the round. And then also if they forget stuff, like I tell them in pause, go B. Then after pause, someone will say, oh, we should go A. Then they just
진짜네 저게.
yeah. Then obviously I'm like, what are you doing? It's like sometimes I call 3 rounds for them. I say this round do this, the next round do this, the next round do this. They do it for first round, they win the round, then they're happy, and then they do something else. You know, then
그리고 또 샷건으로 이제 책상을 부신 적이 없나 또는 책상이 아니어도 뭔가를 부셔서 변상한 적이 없냐 이런 질문이 있거든요.
nah.
No? Never?
There was this
Not
one.
how
Okay,
about
so
during
there's
practice?
this. No, of course not.
Okay.
But actually, practice. I'm upset, but I don't bang the table
Okay,
that much. This one I hit more
Oh, okay.
because I'm leaning back, you know, and watching. You know, I'm like, and practice is quite funny because I sit Pat or Mind Freak is here and Dava is here and the other 3 are behind me.
Oh, okay.
So they can
You're
see
in the
me.
middle, okay. So you haven't broken anything?
No. But there was this one time tech pause last year, Genji in the final split one. In Sunset, there was a tech pause. It was because of me, but I didn't bang the table. So we lost the round and I did this, and I stretched and I touched the wire, and then the computer just turned off. I was like, oh shit, they're gonna think I hit the table.
Oh, okay. That's
오케이 알겠습니다. 한국 생활은 좀 어떤지. 어찌됐든 싱가포르가 파리에서 주로 보냈고 싱가포르이 대부분일 텐데 한국 생활은 불편한 게 없는지 뭐 불편한 게 있다면 어떤 게 불편한지. 예.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you, making a bank account here does not make sense. You have to have the phone number to get the bank account, but you need the bank account to get the phone number. So you can't make anything because they don't let me. I go to the bank, I go to the phone number shop, I go to the bank, and then I just go home. So it took me a year to make it. When they finally gave me the budget one, you know, MVMO, like something. So I have like KT, but it's cheaper. Then I have a number, then I can go to the bank. So I have it this year. But I can tell you the coupon is crazy good. I press a button.
Yeah.
I go to sleep. I wake up. You see,
예. It's Korea.
it's crazy. Yeah, I think that was the craziest thing, you know, for us. For the first year we were in Korea, because we don't have a phone number, no ARC, cannot order food. So we lived in Goyang. And in Goyang, we were like very far from food, you know. So we have to walk 20 minutes to go food. So after practice, we don't have food to eat. And none of us, first time, a lot of them living overseas, no food to cook, don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
We were dying. Like 2023 was very difficult. You know, so we moved to Incheon, and it's a little bit more like a city. It's awake at 4 a.m. You can find food, you know. So that was a lot better for us. Then we managed to get phone numbers. You can call Kupang Eats, you know.
그러면 한국에서 가장 좋아하는 음식이 뭔지 그리고 먹어본 것 중에 이건 좀 별로인 건 뭔지.
I don't really like sundae.
Oh, you don't like
sundae?
Not so good.
Okay.
It's a bit weird to me. But then
The texture or
yeah, it's texture.
Okay.
I like tteokbokki a lot.
tteokbokki?
I like it a lot.
Oh, okay.
Barbecue is good. There's this one thing, I went to a bar with Victoria and they gave us like some kind of insect.
Insect?
Yeah.
Oh, bandegi.
아.
Yes. It was very brown, darkish.
Brown?
Yes.
That is weird.
Did you try it?
Yes, of course.
How did you like it?
No, I don't like
You
it.
don't like it?
Why? It's so weird. It's like,
말해줘.
I was like, this is free.
미래 음식이라고.
That might be what the human race eats in the future
No,
when
maybe.
they run out of food.
Maybe we have kupang for that. It'll be okay.
아, 하긴 나도 별로 안 좋아하긴 해요.
저는
번데기.
좋아하긴 하는데.
번데기 호불호가 좀 있어서 알겠습니다.
오케이.
그러면 이제 또 지금 많은 분들이 또 퍼시픽 지역 내에서 대회를 하고 있는데 최근에 막 그런 루머가 돌았잖아요. 퍼시픽 리그가 다른 나라로 간다. 막 이런 얘기 돌았잖아요. 만약에 퍼시픽 리그 다른 나라에서 한다면 어디서 했으면 좋겠는지 혹시 알렉스의 의견이 있는지 좀 궁금해요.
Oh, it's definitely Thailand.
Thailand?
The easiest to get visa for everyone. You know, I think that matters. It's also easiest for everyone to move their operations to Thailand. It's not as expensive as Korea. Like Korea is a bit tough. There's something weird with the housing. Like I feel that we have to foot the entire bill up front for the rental, which is very weird because normally you just pay month by month. And because of this rental, you don't have the assets, right? I think it's easier for people to fly into Thailand. It's like a hub, so you still get a lot of fans, and they already have an esports infrastructure. So it'll probably be Thailand. I don't think Singapore will work. It's too expensive.
그러면 싱가포르 비싸다고 하니까 전 싱가포르 안 가봤으니까 그러면 한국이 예를 들어서 밥 한 끼에 10,000원이라고 치면은 싱가포르는 얼마인 건지 그러면.
No, it's the same.
It's the same?
price. It's not expensive for food. It's expensive for like living. Like having a house, a car,
rent,
impossible.
car.
Yeah, like it's very very hard.
Everything else.
I think no. I think if all the Koreans come to Singapore, I think you guys will love it. I think it's a beautiful place. Not many things to do. I think there's more to do in Korea probably. But then in Singapore, you will find that there's good food everywhere. If you want to find good Korean food, you can. You know what I mean? And you can find you're easy to travel to other Southeast Asian. The thing about Singapore is if you stay in Singapore, you can travel anywhere and it's not expensive. But staying in Singapore, rent is high. Cars are impossible to get. Public transport is cheap. It's like Korea, same price. You know, taxis are not cheap. Alcohol is expensive in Singapore. Yeah, that's the problem. Yes, it's not cheap. Beer is more expensive, but soju here, beer here, ooh, so good.
How much is it? Beer.
$8. So 8,000.
8,000?
Yeah, for soju, you're gonna pay $15. The same one, Chin. I can't remember the name, but the green one, you know,
Yeah.
is very expensive.
오케이 알겠습니다. 마지막으로 이제 다가오는 마스터 토론토에 가는데 각오와 목표 시청자분들에게 또 한마디 남겨주시면 좋을 것 같습니다.
I think when it comes to like masters events, like I feel a sense of pride when any Asian team wins. You know, like particularly Pacific teams, obviously. You know, we have full support. You know, I think it doesn't become. It's not like PRX versus Gen G anymore. It's like us against the world. You know, and I think it's what we strive to do. So I'm hoping that one of us, RRQ, Gen G, and PaperX, one of us will bring home the trophy. I think we can. I still think Pacific is the best. So I'm counting on your support, but for everyone, you know, not just for PaperX. And thanks for watching the channel. It's fun. I really enjoyed myself.
지금까지 PRX의 알렉스 코치와 함께했고요. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다, 여러분들. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alex.
It was very fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.